Hi, welcome back to those of you who've been hanging with me some time, and welcome to those of you who are new to my channel. I'm Adele Levine, intuitive and medium. Okay guys, so sorry I took a little break. I need a little break and I hope your 4th was good. And I wanted to make a couple announcements. One just really quick. So my podcast that I've been doing, I think I'm going to be laying that down for now. I'm going to focus more on my YouTube channel, and I have other things that I'm working on for you guys in the works. So I want to put more energy into content here and maybe some lives and things like that. So thank you guys so much for all the support on the podcast, but you can find me here and on Instagram. All right. You can, I'll post more about on Instagram. So let's just get to the video at hand. This video is about, are dolls haunted? Are you? Can they get haunted? Now, this kind of came to me because I wanted to do something a little bit fun. I do absolutely love this doll. She, come on, look at her. She's like a very witchy. Look at her. She's looking at you. She's watching you. But I'm going to sit her here. Sorry for the loud noise. Yeah, so this video is about this because I wanted to do something fun and I wanted to get into it because there's so many of these movies, right? There's Annabelle. There's, I don't know. I wouldn't say that there's so many movies that with the title that dolls are haunted, but it's used in a lot of paranormal horror films. And with The Conjuring that's been out, which no, if you're going to ask me, I didn't watch it because of my off time. I'm not watching those things. I feel like there's all these things that have some very small, part of truth, and the rest is all made up. Just for the record, I actually met one of the big producers on The Conjuring and all those movies, and I happened to meet them and told them what I did, and they basically said, this is all made up and we just have fun with these movies, and she didn't believe in any of it. And she was kind of a top wig in this world, and she goes, we just kind of put these out for fun. I gave her my card. This was years ago, actually, and said, if you ever want to do something real, let me know. Never heard back. So I just wanted to say, can things like dolls and statues have energies that come into them and reside? Yes, they can. They can have energies in them. So it's not like what people think where there's like an energy that is residing or an actual like spirit that is in this doll that is like going to make it move and do all these things. Although just like you, Chucky, it just came to me. Chucky, right? Chucky. That's another good one. I actually loved that movie and watched it and it was hilarious to me. I'm sure to many, but I mean, it's not like that. It's not like something's going to come into the doll and make it move and make it animated, but there is residual energy, just like there's residual in anything, like this cup or whatever. There's residual energy. But what does that mean? That just means that there is energy that does kind of reside or kind of have a hue on things. Now, can spirits kind of utilize hiding spaces like dolls and statues? Well, I don't want to freak you guys out, but yes, and I have seen it, and I've actually have an experience that I'll tell you. So here's a little story time real quick. So when I first started reading, I worked at this pirate/witch store. Yes, pirate/witch store. Have fun with that, Citric. And you like pirates? And in that store, they had these huge pirate statues. And there were a few of them. And there was one in particular by the door that creeped people out. Like literally people. There was others and people were fine. But this one particular statue, people just got a bad vibe from. And honestly, there was someone who worked at the store who actually named the energy called Locky, because sometimes the door wouldn't unlock. Yeah. And I used to feel poking, and there was a lot of crazy things in the store. Actually, the owners before it did things in the store that was nefarious type of magic. And I mean, like, yeah, I don't want to get into that. That's another time. Let me know if you would like to hear that story. However, in this store, there was something that I used to see, and I do feel like they used this statue to hide. Now, it wasn't, when I would go into the store, I would clear the place, I would cleanse the place, and I would protect the place. So I didn't allow those things, you know, that thing around me or mess with me or anything, except for one time I couldn't unlock the door with the key. Now, practicalities, maybe there was just something wrong with the door. It is possible. But with all of the counts of things that happened in the store, it just was a weird feeling when I called the person who named it lucky, which I don't recommend naming these types of energies at all. It suddenly unlocked. So yes, I do feel this energy was hiding in the statue, and there was a house that I had to clean one time that there was an energy that hid in this bunny rabbit, actually, statue. Now, it's not like they'll take over or be animated, but they can kind of hide in things or kind of, you know, use that as a way to kind of mess with you. It's almost kind of like messing with you. Like if I go in the statue or go in this other thing and you feel like a weird vibe because it has eyes that are following you around and things like this, it's kind of like, I can use this to kind of weird you out. I'm going to, you know, kind of use this, you know, vehicle or medium, not me, not this medium, type of thing to kind of bring myself a little bit more 3D. It's just kind of a way to kind of spook you out. It's not literally like the statue will come to life or Chucky's going to come get you or Annabelle or any of these types of things. It isn't really like this. It's just kind of utilizing it. And honestly, what happened in the situation I told you about, the person who was playing and thought it was funny and fun, they were playing back, basically. I didn't let that type of energy play with me. I didn't want to play with it, and it knew that. So it didn't do this with me, and I set the law down. So I just want to say, if you have anything, and leave comments below if you ever kind of had that creepy vibe. When I was little, there was like one doll that gave me a little creepy vibe, but I think all of us have had that experience. I used to turn her around. Honestly, I kind of feel that I did that because I used to see things as a kid, and maybe there was a protective vibe because it wasn't like creepy, like bad. It was just like something about that doll. It was the only doll that I had that someone handmade everything. So maybe it was even just that person's energy that handmade on the doll. Leave in the comments below if you ever had any of these type of experiences. Have you ever had a doll or a statue or something? So here's what I would say to do. If you've had those experiences, just cleanse the thing, kind of put a good energy on it. Say, hey, listen, don't mess with me. I kind of feel that there's energy residing on here, and just wipe it clean. And honestly, you'll probably have everything cool. I've seen this in paintings too, believe it or not. When I was a kid, I used to feel like I saw someone's energy in the painting. And I just didn't know then how to deal with those things. But I'm telling you, if you cleanse it and you set the law down, it's just like anything else. If something's poking you or opening a door, hopefully not, or you just kind of get a vibe of some sort, you have to lay the log down, sorry, not the log, but the law down. And I have videos on this if you want to look at cleansing. I also can do a whole video, which I think, let me know if you want me to, about cleansing the home and things like this, like specifically for, you know, energies you don't really feel comfortable with, even if they're positive, even if they're good, you just don't want to feel it. So you can do that as well. If you buy things that are used, it's kind of good to cleanse that as well. I used to have a fun thing I used to do is go into antique shops, and I still love doing this, and I can get a read on all of the different, you know, things, and the people who own them. That's a fun little trick. Anyway, so I digress. Maybe I should do a video on that. I want to kind of add more content, and I'm not sure if I want to do more videos a week, but I definitely want to focus on YouTube because I'm getting a lot of feedback. This is where people find me. This is where people get a lot of good information, and I have some other things that I'm working on. I want to make an announcement that this week I'm doing a class on how to communicate with spirits on the other side. I did a video last time. Check that video about animals and are they empathic. And I also have another video on spirit, animals and what happens after they die. This class this Saturday is going to be teaching you, for beginners, how to communicate with your loved ones who are furry pets, not furry pets, furry children. I think that's the right word, because the other one didn't match, for you. So I'm looking forward to that. I think you guys will enjoy it. I wanted to announce that I'm still providing 50% off of my readings. It's probably going to go through the summer, but I also wanted to add, listen, I'm doing this as a courtesy. I'm doing this to help you guys. If you missed this 50% off, I'm sorry if you missed it, if you booked, but I can't refund you. Once you go, oh, I didn't know that this was happening. This is just me for the people who are following me for some time and supporting. And I'm just trying to do something courteous, but I'm just one person. I'm not an organization. So please kind of respect that and understand that I can't refund someone if they didn't see this 50% off. But here it is with the code PEACE, and I'm happy to do it. But please understand. I hope that makes sense. Thank you guys so much. Follow yourself, follow no one, and listen to your inner voice. And I'll see you soon.